All right, we're here. This camera, I swear. Every day lately. All right, so well, we didn't log on this morning. Early. We already missed the first entry. So let's see if we get another one. Long ding dong. You know. So I was kind of looking for a short there. What's up, Bob? Got a couple of set of equal lows here below. Couple of sets there. I'm going to go ahead and jump in here. Wow, that was super loud. So we got a set of equal lows here at 43. Another set at 37. We already ran the Asia high. So early bird gets the worm. No. We're not early today, though. That's the problem. I would have liked to have been short up here, but that's all right. This actually probably would have been the best entry here. But that's okay. We'll see if it really cost us or not. We have to take some heat on this trade, more than we normally like, but that's all right. Trying to decide if I want to scale at 43 or not. So we have equal lows here at 43, but we also have equal lows down here at 37. So 43 is only 3 points. Guess we'll see what kind of momentum we have once we get to that area. We'll see what kind of momentum we got. Oh, me. So we'll just see. Got a couple minutes here. About 2 minutes before 3, so. Maybe get some expansion through that area then. What's up, ATP? Maybe, maybe not. We shall see. J Trades, what's going on? So if you guys haven't already hit the like button for me, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We appreciate it. Thank you. So if you're just joining, we took out the Asia high here and shifted back down. So I entered. This is very late, to be honest. This was the entry here. You could have been even more aggressive in taking the first inversion, which is probably what I would have done. So stop would already be at break even. So this is a bit of a late entry. Bit of a late entry there. So we may take more heat on this trade than we normally would like. And, you know, it's not the greatest of entries, but equal lows here. Equal lows at 37. Asia low 35. So I'd expect us to run into the 35 there, which is not a huge win. 10 handle still. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we continue higher. I don't know. So like I said, I think we continue lower, at least in the short term here. Overall, we probably continue higher, but for now. You know, we should come back and take out these Zuka lows, just a matter of how do we get there. Pushing back up already. Fun, fun. What's going on, Chow? So like I said, we already got to have a wider stop here on this because this is kind of where we should have shorted. And our stop would already be at break even on this trade had we been on the charts here, but do have a lot of low resistance liquidity here, so ES back above the VWAP. Not loving the look of that. But we'll just see what happens. We just play it by ear here. So we'll see what happens here. Not looking good so far, though. So we'll just see. We may just be eating a loss here right at open. Depends on the sell here. If we sell down with the momentum, if we get decent momentum through 43, I don't really want to move my stop at 43. I'd rather move it after we hit the first target. But this depends on the momentum and kind of what the market gives us. We'll see. So let's just see what happens here. Want to get back through the VWAP there. So we'll just see what happens here. No need to panic out. If it closes kind of above this one, then we'll probably just take this off for like a $500-$600 loss. And we'll look for another opportunity. Like I said, just taking the straight on an eval this morning. Getting in kind of late, so like I said, the entry should have been up here, 52s. But when you're not on the charts, you're not on the charts, right? Not much you can do. Not much you can do. So we'll just see what happens. It's all we can do. It's all we can do. I don't want to over leverage and kind of add on these pushes up. We'll just stick with 2 minis, and whatever happens, happens at that point, right? Whatever happens, happens. When you enter a trade, you kind of just accept the loss right then and there. So we do need to close below on the 5-minute. We are still kind of in a bullish gap down here. So we'll kind of see what happens right there in that area. Like I said, 43, got those equal lows there. I'd expect us to at least hit that, but so it'll kind of be decision time there whether we break even, stop it or not. If we break even, stop, it's really going to be too close. It's only 3 handles below our entry. It's really kind of too close to scale. I mean, I would like at least 5 points on the scale for the first contract, but we'll see what happens. Isham, good morning. So we'll just see. If we eat it, we eat it. That's all we can do. Bouncing off the VWAP there. ES still looking bullish here. It's above the VWAP. It's got equal highs above, so. Order block on the 15. I don't know. I just sat down and I really didn't even look at the 15, to be honest with you. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I think it's bullish, Isham, too. I just thought that we got these equal lows here. We got equal lows at 37. We got the Asia low down here at 35. So I thought that maybe we at least come, like I said, I just came and sat down and kind of just jumped in. But, so I thought kind of we take out that 37 area at least. But we could just be wrong. The real entry would have been up here, but we were sleeping. Yeah, for sure, Isham, but we're just looking at scalps on the lower time frame, so. Are we at a 5 minute here too? Let me see. So we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. So we got a lot of low resistance trend line liquidity here. I'm banking on, something along these lines, like whoop and then go. But we could be wrong, as always. We could be wrong. You could always be wrong. Limit in your ideas rather than slap the ask bid when you get your poor entries. I don't know. I don't think limit really makes that much of a difference if unless you're looking for a certain area. You could. But the problem is with the limit, I mean, if there's momentum, which we are in London, that you don't always get filled. No, I don't think I would have been in any higher. I don't think. I mean, I marketed in right there, so it probably a few ticks. Be slightly better entry. I don't know. I was going through a period of time where I would hit the bid, and then I stopped doing it because I had a couple of trades that just didn't feel me. It went too fast. But yeah, I did have that practice for a while of hitting the bid, but I just stopped doing it. No real reason why. Yeah, no, I was intentionally in that low because this was already gone, so I accept the risk when I took the entry down here already. So like I said, if we get to 43, it's going to be decision time for me there. It's awfully close to my entry. So either we take $125 there, we exit the full position, we break even stop, we don't take any. I don't know. No, that's okay, ATP. Trust me, I mean, a better entry would be better, obviously. I just have this drawn out because I wasn't here. This would have been my entry. But so at 43, we got a decision to make here. Do we take it all for profit, or do we move the stop? Do we do neither? I don't know. Depends on momentum, I guess. breakable high at 57. No targets. I think it's going to 35, on this push down. But, shorting is obviously, when we're very, very bullish, is dangerous, as always. So I don't know what to do here at 43, whether we just take one off there, lock in $50, $60, or if we try to hold there for a little bit lower target. So tap the 43 there already. So we either break even stop here or we don't do anything. I'm not sure. I hate to break even stop because we probably just get stop break even. See, I knew that was going to happen. So it just stopped us out. Yeah, it is, Jay. That's the thing. So I have to have extreme confidence that it's going to go back down to 37. And I don't have that right now. Whew. So it's either don't move the stop, and maybe it hits the target. To be honest with you, it's not like a huge amount of risk. We do have equal lows down here at 37. So it's just the problem is, like I said, we missed the entry here because we were asleep. Funny thing is, I didn't get up at 1:45 today because the last 4 mornings, nothing's happened between 2 and 3. The entry has happened after 3. And then obviously the one day I don't get up, the entry happens between 2 and 3. Literally, your most aggressive entry would have been up here at 8:57 at 2:14 a.m. And then your safer entries here at 8:52, and 2:24. So, like I said, I think it pushes down, but I don't know. It's just decision time here. I could have took $125. I don't know. Probably would have just been better, since we're already in the trade, just to not move the stop at all. But, to each his own. What can you do? So we'll look like if it just takes the sell side, then maybe we can look at something back to the top side. This is going to be a lot of low resistance liquidity here. So we should be able to get a quick movement through this area. That's what I think. Bucom. That was what I was really targeting, 835.25. That was the idea for the short. I just didn't love the entry. We took some heat on it. Like I said, it was decision time at these equal lows here. So I think it's going to go, but I don't know. My confidence in it wasn't that great after taking the heat on the trade there. My confidence in it just was shooken just because of the worst entry that I had. So, it is what it is, right? So it looks like I probably am going to be right. But that's okay. Sometimes you're just you're wrong, right? Now, I could have reduced risk on this trade if I wanted to. Now that I'm looking at it, I could have just put my stop above here. Just put a hard stop. That might have been the smart thing to do in retrospect. But it's okay. As always, I get shook out of the trade, and then it's just going to run to the target. So it's something I'm working on. You know, I knew these equal lows were too close to my entry for moving the stop. I already knew that. And we got this 2-minute gap here as well as a 5-minute. So if we close below here, that's going to be extra confidence that it's going to run to the 37s if we get a close below. But we'll just let it take liquidity without us, and then we'll target the upside on some sort of inversion back to the upside. So not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Just kind of sucks because we were already in that trade. Yeah, still equal highs up there at 5,016 area. It may not hit the equal lows. I think it may not hit the Asia low, but I think it at least hits the 37 for sure. How did I mark the 837 level? If you just scroll out, look to the left, we have 7. This is, so what I like to do is mark out, I look at 7 p.m. And so I look at 7 p.m. and then whatever the low is after 7 p.m. Eastern, that's the Asia low for me. So I think I marked it out at 640, a little bit early. I don't know how I came up with 640. Yeah, so I guess technically that would have been the Asia low there at 830. It's 36. I got onto the chart so fast, guys. I got on so fast. So now we will look for, I mean, it could sweep the 29s. I don't really see it going lower than that. So we've swept liquidity. So now we're just looking for, we got this low risk liquidity or low, yeah, LR here. And let's see if the ES has ran the Asia low yet or not. It has not. $5,011. But if the ES doesn't take Asia, and we did, then that would just be a bullish SMT here. Just give us more confidence for the move back to the upside. So we'll see. So now we can take these off because they're irrelevant at this point. So that's kind of frustrating for me because Trade Idea worked perfectly. I don't know. I shook myself out of it. So I'm going to switch here. 3-minute looks better. If you look, guys, this is how I determine what time frame I'm going to use. 1 minute, we have 1 gap, 2 gaps, 3 gaps on the way back up, right? 2 minute, we have 1 gap, 2 gap, 3 gaps on the way back up. 3 minutes, we only have 1 gap so far. I mean, this could form another one, but so far we only have 1 gap on the way back up on the 3 minutes. So this is the chart I will look at. So kind of annoying there. When you outline a trade, you enter it. And now I did have a worse entry. Like I said, I didn't love the entry. On the 3 minute, this actually looks cleanest on the 3 minute. That was your 3 minute entry there. That actually is the cleanest chart. So we'll see what happens here. We have another gap here, so the ES is approaching the 11s there. Yeah, I do J trades. I go back and look at everything after the market closes. I go back and review my trades. I actually journal my trades, my wins and losses, and I look at what I did wrong. Yesterday it was bad J trades. I called out and entered 3 trades yesterday, guys. Two of the trades, one had a target of 32 handles, one had a target of 29, and one had a target of 58. I took all 3 targets hit on all 3 of those trades. Did I take 120 handles? No. I took 18 handles on one and then 10 on the other 2 by moving my stop too soon. Hit the first target and then break even stop, and then it moved 15, 20 handles into profit, and I started trailing my stop when it should be break even or target on the runner. Should just be break even or target. So, I mean, this is a ways down here, but this actually would be this is a really good target of liquidity, pool of liquidity down here at 780. It's a wick inside a fair value gap. So it's a really good pool of liquidity there. I mean, I'm not saying we get there here, but we could. We very well could come down to here. Same thing here. There's another wick here, but I would expect this to be a better target if you are short biased. So don't really see anything here on the 15-minute holding this up either. Let's check the 5 minutes. I mean, we have a small 5-minute gap here. You know, we can mark that one out. It's just a 5-minute, but it is there. Let's see if we tapped into that one. We might tap into that. So as you guys know, in the model that I'm trading, my highest probability setups, you can take them off liquidity sweeps, but the higher probability setup is delivering from a fair value gap. So there's nothing here on the 3-minute. Do we need to sweep the liquidity, or do we need to deliver from a fair value gap? Well, we don't have to, but. So you see, now we have 2 gaps in this leg. You could go up to the 5-minute. Now, me personally, I don't love taking the trades off the 5-minute because when you have a stop at a close below or a close above, it just takes way too long for the candle to close. So what we may do is if we inverse on the 5-minute, I'll drop down to the 30-second or even the 1 minute and see if we get some sort of pullback after the inversion happens for our entry to run this LR here, this trend line liquidity, whatever you want to call it. ES ran the Asia lows there, put in a triple bottom again at the 510s, 5,010. The triple bottom. So we'll see what happens here. You've been watching me for about 4 months now because crude during London. Oh, thanks. You're not wrong, Jay. You're not wrong. It happens. I mean, it's not something that I don't recognize. Of course I do. Of course I recognize it. And we're trying to work on it. It's just a mentality thing, right? That's all it is. Here's the thing. I'm just on an eval, so why should I even care if it, should I really care if I get stopped out on it? No. Well, it's not that. What I'm saying, ATP is like, should it be something that affects me mentally if it's an eval? No, that's what I'm saying. So what I may do, we got two gaps in this leg. I might watch the 2 minute because this is a reasonable stop, 10 points. So 10 points, and we would target this swing high here, basically 20 points. So it'd be a 2-to-1 there. Yeah, I do ATP. We treat it the same. So it's not that I don't care. It's just I'm just saying, like, in general, an eval is less. It's not the same as a PA, right? Or a cash account. Trader Orca in the house. What up? No, I don't. I don't ATP. I do treat. Most times, I have my funded accounts linked to the. I don't have it this morning, but most of the time I have my funded accounts linked to my evals. That way, it keeps me from doing that. Keeps me from treating them the same. So if you trade 2022 model, right? This would kind of be your short entry here. One of these gaps. Maybe you want to take the short up here, which is what I used to do. But we're working on it. We're working on it. We improve every day. We realize we can always improve. You can always improve. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. So let's just see what happens. J Money in the house. Good morning. Good morning. We're getting some reversal signals here on the nebula. I'm doing pretty good, J Money. We got shook out of one trade. Got shook out of a short. Fred in the house. What up? Good morning. We'll throw the nebula on here. Why not? We'll throw it on here. Why not? Let's try to get this thing even out here. Fred, did I tell you good morning? I think I did. Anyways, good morning if I didn't. That's how fast I forget. So we're getting some check marks here on the nebula for, kind of a take profit signal there. And a little bullish candle here. If you guys didn't know, we got the 80% off there with Apex. We got the this is the best account overall cost deal. My Funded Futures link in the description. Using the FEB10 code, you get it for $90, no activation fee. So that's going to be the best overall cost value for an account right now. Room Beats in the house. I made $3,500 on Apex 50K. Bought 3 hours ago. Any advice? Yeah, stop trading it. Flip a contract, 1 micro for the next 6 days, and then you're funded. Pay your fee, monthly or overall, and then you're funded. So we're getting a buy signal. This looks good on the Nebula. So if any of you guys trade the Nebula, you got a reversal, you got a buy, you got a check mark for your take profit on the short, a soft buy here. So, yeah, 7 total days Room Beats, unfortunately, so you will have to flip a contract, but that's okay. So you could take a buy here off the Nebula. I'm going to wait for my model, which would be close above. Close above, we take the long, we target the high. Weekends don't count. No, only trading days. Has to be a trading day. So today is Thursday. Is it Thursday? So Thursday, Friday, and then you got next week. So the following Monday, you'll be funded. Assuming you pay the fee. Just hit the fee and you'll be good. I think it's goofy. I agree with you. If you hit the target, you should just be able to pay the fee and be funded right away, but it's not how they work. Range Trader in the house. What's up? What's up? Take Profit Trader also has a good deal on their 50K account, guys. $102 for their account, and it's there's no activation fee there. And as always, if you're going to reset or add a new Topstep account, please hit my link in the description. It helps the channel. So, I guess technically I could take this on the 1 minute, but I probably want to, for extra confirmation, we probably want to wait for the 5 minute to close. Now, if the 5 minute opens a new candle close here and the 1 minute closes above, I may go ahead and take it off the 1 or the 2. So we'll watch the 5 for now, but if the 1 or the 2 gets close, for example, here we're about to open a new candle. If we're here opening a new candle, then I may take it off the lower time frame there. We'll just see. You can pay monthly or one-off. What's the cost? Yeah, $80 per month, I think, or maybe $85. And then $140 for a lifetime. If it's your first funded account, probably do monthly. I do feel like when you do monthly, though, this is just my personal opinion, that it puts undue pressure on you to get a payout in that first month. So to me, it's better to just pay the $140 and then you can take your time with it. And you don't have to worry about the monthly fee or anything like that. Am I going to use the Rat Lord bot on the stream? Actually, yes and no, maybe. I'm not going to use the Rat Lord bot. No, not on stream, not for my trading. But I probably will do some version of one of the bots. Not like, I'm not going to be paying for it, but I'll do some version of it. It would be kind of interesting to do a bot, though. It would be kind of interesting. Yeah, Room, I would just pay the $140 if it was me. But, I mean, like I said, I paid $140 on 20 accounts, so. No, you don't, Room. You pretty much trade when you want to. Just trade when you want to. Rat trades his bots on stream. I like to watch it. It's kind of interesting. So you can see this would kind of be your this will be your short if you were like if you trade the silver bullet or whatever, this would be your short. Now, this pushes back down. This changes my entry, right? This will change my entry. So we'll see what happens here. We'll just kind of watch it. I'm ready to see Oracle's bot traded live. We might run the Oracle bot live on stream. The Oracle bot. What's my strategy for getting payouts? J-Money. There's no real strategy to it. You just trade the same as you normally would. Just trade the same as you normally would, and you just take the payout as you can. I mean, I have good days and bad days. The thing is, guys, like I just said earlier, I took full accountability for the mistakes I made yesterday. I was up $1,000 on this exact account that we're trading. Yeah, get the most money, right? And then I took trades that were lower probability, and we ended up only up $150, right? Now, some of that is due to the fact that I'm on stream. So I feel the need to take trades that maybe I normally wouldn't take, especially after being 3 for 3 and up $1,000 on my trades. So I'm aware of that. So, you have to just take responsibility there and just accept it. That you maybe took trades you shouldn't have, for sure. So, but as far as like trying to get payouts, I don't really think about it. Like right now, I got 2 Buleys that are around $1,300 in profit, and I got a couple of express fundage from Topstep that are $800 or $900 in profit. I really don't even think about it until I start getting to that little over 2,000. Then you can start considering, all right, maybe we can get to a payout soon. You only took 2 trades to make $3,500. No, it's fine. You could for sure use that room beats. Now, getting accounts funded, I use a different strategy to get my accounts funded than I do on my funded accounts. I'm much more aggressive. Actually, way more aggressive than you guys are even seeing on this account here. This is a free 100K that I got from Topstep. Not really treating this any differently, but this is a free 100K that they gave me during that last little fire drill that they had. All right, so I could be really aggressive here. We are trading into a 5-minute bearish gap. If we close above here, I could be really aggressive and take the entry and then break even stop at the internal liquidity. And now most likely, this would just be a break even trade, most likely. Or we could go 2 contracts. We could scale at the internal liquidity, break even the second, and see what happens. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is not really delivering from a gap. So we'll see here. Obviously, if it hits the internal liquidity before it closes, then I don't take the trade. So I'm probably going to be really aggressive here, just so you guys know. And it's going to probably just be a break even. Probably just a break even trade here. Or a loser. I mean, that's always a possibility, right? Could be a loser. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, this is really aggressive. The more passive play, the higher probability is to wait for the close above in the 5-minute, obviously. Real beats, it will go down before it goes up. Could have a limited in on the inverse of the gap. Yeah, I could have J trades. You're not wrong. I don't know. I just mark it in. I don't know why. I just do. On Topstep, if you don't take profit early and stop out of break even, does that draw down? No, it doesn't, Tony. Topstep's an end of the day drawdown, so it doesn't go down. It does not go down. That is the thing I like about Topstep. My funded futures take profit trader. It's an end of day It's an end of day drawdown, so you at least take profit on the eval. It is. They switch to a trailing once you get in the funded, but that's what I like about them. You don't have to worry about the drawdown at all, really. It's just if you hit the which I think at I don't even know. I think 98,000 it would liquidate me. It's not really that much more. We got like 1,000 left. The intraday trailing drawdown repeats. That's the main thing. So that's really the only thing you got to look out for in there. Now, this is the thing. Like I said, this is a very high-risk trade. We're not delivering from anywhere. Not delivering from a fair value gap. Did we sweep any liquidity? Nope. It is a higher low. That's the only real thing we have going for us there. So this is a higher risk trade. It's not delivering from anywhere. And we're trading into a bearish 5-minute gap. So basically what that means, room beats, is if you're up $1,000 in a trade and you don't take profit and you get stopped out for break even, your $2,000 in drawdown, 2,500, whatever it is, I think it's 2,500, is now only 1,500. You lose some of your drawdown even on a trade that you break even on. So you have to be aware of that. Now that stops following you once you reach 52,600 in profit on your funded account. The trailing drawdown stops at $50,100. So once you get to 2,600 in profit, it's irrelevant. But until then, you have to be aware of it, especially if you're trading larger size or if you're trading level to level. You have to be aware of it. Need to get that take profit trader funded change. Yeah, it's a bit strange. You're right. You're exactly right. That's strange. I got to figure out how to log into my take profit trader. I haven't been able to get logged in on it on my funded futures. It just keeps giving me an error. I just haven't messed with it. Maybe tomorrow I can wake up early enough to get that thing figured out. I have a funded account with my funded futures and take profit trader that I haven't traded in a few weeks. So I need to do that. We need to do that. So like I said, guys, this is a very aggressive entry. You know, I'm telling you guys that up front. Lower probability, higher risk. So will it hit the internal liquidity? Probably. We're probably going to be stop break even on this one. Maybe it hits target 1. I don't know. I'm trying to see which one of these is with which. I can't tell. I guess it don't really matter. So once it hits the target 1 there, we will go break even. If it hits it. Pull some strings at Take Profit Trader. Yeah, I mean, if I had that kind of pull, we would, but we don't. We don't have no pull there. Zero pull from Methodical Man at this point. I think Patrick has talked to them about changing a few things, but they haven't. I haven't seen anything so far that they've changed. You really think you should start waiting for pullbacks into those inverse? You would have 5 points. Yeah. J-Trades, I agree. Maybe in London especially, because you do seem to get the pullbacks in London, right? In New York, you don't always get the pullback. You don't always get the pullback in New York. So that's the only thing. So yeah, you might be right in London. Because on the pullback, I guess we would be 2 points, 2 points lower there. I still wouldn't have taken profit until that internal liquidity was hit, though. So it really wouldn't change anything on this trade other than my stop loss being a little bit smaller. The risk being a slightly smaller there. ES did leave equal lows there. It could want to come back and clean that up. Room Beats did me dirty. Told me after I entered that it was coming back down. They had a 50 trade rule. Oh yeah. That's what they changed. Yeah, I forgot about that. Isham. I thought they changed the intraday trailing drawdown, but they changed the 50 trade rule. I forgot about that. Now, that rule, to be fair, I don't even think that was a big a deal. I mean, who takes 25 trades in a day? I mean, unless you're just micro scalping, I don't think most people are taking that many trades in a day. So like I said, never hit the internal liquidity here, and we're selling back down. So looking like this is going to just be a loss that we're eating. But we knew when we entered this trade, lower probability, right? We knew that. Well, yeah, Trader Oracle does. But I'm just saying in general, if you're, in general, you're not. Most people aren't taking 25 trades, I don't think. Maybe they are. I think even on my wildest days, I don't take 25 trades. All right, if this closes below, we just take it off, right? That's what we're supposed to do. I am going to give it just an extra second. What in the world's going on? My internet go out? This thing just froze. I'm going to give it an extra second here because we're still kind of in a bounce area in the nebula. So it did technically close below. If we push back below this candle, then I will just take it off. We'll just eat it at that point. So strange. Is that my internet or the market just moving that slow? How they find valid 25 trades? Exactly. That's right, Room. Gotta give me better info quicker. The info's got to come in quicker. I took a trade based on what Top 5 said yesterday and it was a loser. I'm gonna give Top 5 shit for that for the next month. Every time he comes into the channel, Top 5. You remember that loser? To be fair, I entered the trade, but he did say it was good. He said it was going up. So, Top 5 fades. He's usually pretty good. But I mean, we're putting in higher lows here, right? But technically, based on my rules, I should stop this trade out. I should have stopped it out on the close below. Yeah, it did go up. It did go back up. Yeah. You can find 25 trades on the 1 second chart. What is that? Does that say 1? I don't know. I can't see if it says 1 or 15. I mean, I can find 25 trades if I wanted to, but I don't know if it's the smartest thing to be doing. So I'm just going to put a hard stop in here. If it makes a new swing, then it just takes us out. If it breaches the swing there. I hate the Quantimer does that. Let me put my stop there. So this is just because I'm already supposed to be stopped out. So if it makes a new swing here, then it'll just stop me out. You said you need to take trades every day. Do I need to win the trades? No. If you miss a day, then it's going to be an extra day it takes for you to get funded. I would flip a micro. So I would get on one micro, put a 1 tick stake profit, 1 tick stop loss, and just enter a micro for the next 6 days, 6 times. Just do it start of the day or before pre-market, whatever, London. Just flip 1 micro. That's what I would do. Just every day, just flip a micro. We probably get stopped out here, most likely. I mean, there's a chance, maybe not, but yes, it's just hanging out at the 5,010. It's got like 4 equal lows there. Like I said, when we entered this trade, we already knew it was higher risk, lower probability, right? But we'll see. Yeah, you would be on the MNQH4. Just type in M in front of it instead of just NQH4 if you trade NQ. I mean, you can do it on a mini, but it's just going to cost you more money there. So. Yeah. Oh, double bottom. Double bottom. Is the double bottom bullish? Temporarily, I think it is. ES took those equal lows there. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We got all the links down below if you want to support the channel by hitting the prop firms. We appreciate it. Also have the link down below to the Discord. It's $10 a month. If you guys want to join the Discord. We will be trading live in the Discord on Friday only. So Friday's stream will be in the Discord. Not London, but New York. Can I actually have a trade where I go one tick from my stop loss and then it runs to my TP? I don't think that's ever happened before. It's happened the other way around. One tick from my TP and then runs to my stop loss. That happened the other week. I think I was up like 16 or 17 points on the trade. I went to pick my kids up from school and left the trade on. It literally one tick from my take profit and then came out and stopped me out for a loss. So I was going to make like $325. Instead, I lost $250. So can it do me the other way around here? Probably not. Probably not. There's always a chance until we're stopped out. Yes, just moving lower here. See if the ES can push back above 5,010 here. Get back going. I'm kind of hungry this morning. We're hungry. I need some oatmeal. Trade Oracle. We need some oatmeal. Okay, we're getting a little momentum. Charles went long, giving me a little help on this push here. All right, now, guys, if we hit this internal liquidity, we for sure are going to break even, stop this thing. And a 50K eval. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. Very much so. So we have to go break even if we hit this internal liquidity. Probably just going to stop us break even, but after being down like 280, break even doesn't sound so bad. We'll see. We shall see. So if we hit 38.50, we are going to break even. And I realize it's only 1 point above our entry. But them's are the breaks. Above 38.50 there, if it gets above there, it should expand if it's going to. So it should not come. It should at least hit target 1, which is not much money. But it's better than a loss. Probably just going to tease me here and then come back and get my stop. That's probably what's going to happen. Let's be fair. Probably, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It's all we can do. All right, we're going to get ready to move it here. Go, 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 go. I'm going to go ahead and reduce the risk here a little bit. Just make it like $100 if it doesn't go. Don't worry, you pulled some strings at the company. Nice. We'll see. It might not with me pulling my stop up like this. I probably shouldn't do that. I don't know. It's going to hit the stop either way, I think. So I'd rather just lose 100. There. Hit the stop. I mean, it's probably going to go, and we may re-enter. So that would have been break-even stop right there if it does. So we'll see if it hits it. It's probably going to go, and we might re-enter, but we'll wait for confirmation this time on the 5-minute. We could just be wrong. It is already 4 o'clock. It's coming up on 4 o'clock here, so. It's one of those things during London, especially when you miss that first trade, right? You can see the trade I took up here. We took the break-even stop. It was a short. We entered short. We took some heat. We took a break-even stop. It literally came up 2 ticks above our stop. Right there, 2 ticks above. Stopped us out and then, whoop, ran to the target. So, like, when you miss that first trade, I got shook out of that. And it kind of makes it hard to have a successful morning after that. Because typically in London, you get one opportunity. So don't fear success. I'm fine with it. $100 loss is nothing. It's nothing. It could have been much worse for sure. Now, it probably would have just hit my break even. But this looks kind of bearish. We're coming up on the top of the hour. You know, there's not really an inversion set up yet to the upside. Like I said, this was the more aggressive. It's a more aggressive entry. And to be fair, it should have been stopped out already. Based on my rules, I should have taken a $280 loss down here. So the fact that we only took a 100, it's fine. Well, let's just see if we would have break-even stopped it. So there's break-even stop. We would have hit our first target there. And then second target was going to be the high. Now, yeah, you can be results oriented and say like that was a bad idea, right? But not me. So now we would be break even. We would have locked in $40. And here's what I talked about. Let's check the 5-minute. Still got 4 minutes on this 5-minute candle. I think you're okay, Charles. I'm out now, so you look perfect. You look perfect. Got a lot of low resistance liquidity here. Southside, everything is sideways across futures. No trades for me. Probably best. I know, Room. I know you said it. You talk so much about sausage, though. I didn't know if you were serious. No, that wasn't again J trades. That was me pulling my stop up because just reducing my risk. Nothing looks like it was bullish. Well, that's the thing, ATP. It's based on my rules. I should have been out of the trade already anyway because we closed back below the gap. So based on the rules, I should have stopped myself out there at $280 loss. So I don't know that I'd say everything looked bullish. Not yet. I mean, overall bullish, yes. But, you know. Where is Oracle? He's probably asleep. I don't know if he went back to bed. Probably did. It's okay, guys. It's okay. I'm okay with the second one. The first one, I would say that I moved the stop too quick. The second one, I think it was fine. Oracle's on the porn sites. All right. Perfect. All right, fine, guys. Fine. You guys, if we close above on the 5 minute, we're going to full port. Full port. Just kidding. Oh. Oracle can't watch. Listen, guys, you can say anything you want about me taking that stop out there, but at the end of the day, the reality is this thing could have just came back down and gave me a full stop out, right? So a win is a win. It was one tick for my stop. One tick for $280 loss. So I made $180 by getting off that one tick there. Now, yeah, it would have been a winner, but there's no way to actually know that. There's no way to know. Yeah. It's fine. I'm okay with how it ended up, so. Does look like we will close above this 5 minute. We do got this low resistance liquidity here. So we probably do go back to the 862. This may not be a bad long. The only thing is longing into the VWAP's not my favorite. So. But I may take this for you guys with just one contract. Not for you guys, for me too. And if it closes back below, it just closes below. And we'll target the highs. Oh, darn it, I should have hit the bid. I should have waited for the retrace. I forgot. Remind me next time. We could just make this a 1-to-1. Take the inverse off the 5 minute. Yeah, I completely forgot J-Trades. I just said that I forgot. Yeah, I guess that's true. Room beats. Like I said, you can look at it both ways. You think we'll retrace? We might. I mean, this thing could just run through here. It is some low resistance liquidity here, but we'll see what happens. Break-even stop really should be 53. That's the internal liquidity there. Kind of your swing high. So that really should be the break-even stop. So we'll see what happens here. If it's 53, we break even, stop it. And then whatever happens, happens. Yeah, guys, I realized I was in the long down here. Feels bad. I feel bad about it too. But what can you do? Be better. That's it. Don't shake yourself out. I want to try my best, guys. I'm going to try my best. We accept defeat if we lose. We'll be down $400 if we lose on this one. It's fine. I do my best. I'll do my best. I'll leave the room. I'll be back in 20 minutes. You guys let me know what happens. Internal liquidity is there at 53, so I have to break even stop it there. That gives us 8 points of wiggle room there, almost 8. So if we're in the right direction, we should really expand above 53. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Gonna give J Trades a stroke. I might give myself one too. May give myself one. The difference in the two trades, to be fair, like I said, this was a much more aggressive entry. This is a much more passive entry. Waiting for the 5 minute. Should we add one here? Sure. And then we'll take it off at the internal liquidity. So that's the pullback there. So we added, and we'll take that off at the internal liquidity if we get there. So if it hits target 1, TP1, then we move stop to break even. We'll see what happens. Otherwise, we're going to lose like $600 on the trade. Yeah, I think we should at least hit this internal liquidity here. I think we go to the highs, but I keep forgetting we're on the 5 minute chart. Let's see if she runs. Let's see if she runs. So technically speaking, this is a new swing that we created, but I'll just wait for the 53. Probably, based on the rules, I should break even stop it here. I think that's a little too close. Plus, if we get back above this swing, we should just expand into the 53 there if we have the correct direction here. Joey, mine it missed mine by 1 tick. It missed mine by 1 tick. I still took it off for a $100 loss down here. I took it off here for a $100 loss, and then it ripped. But we did re-enter for the close above the 5 minute, so. So we'll see what happens here. ES pushing up to the 5,012 there. Nasdaq above the VWAP. ES got a little ways to go here if it's going to make it above there. The ES can just make it to the VWAP. We should hit our target at least. We should be able to hit the 62s if the ES makes it to the VWAP. Stop below 834.50. Right now, well, my stop would be a close below this 5-minute gap is what I would do. But yeah, you could put it below there on that internal liquidity. Oh, you mean if we hit the internal liquidity, move it up? Yeah, that would be your protected swing at that point. Or actually here, yeah, you're right. That should be your protected swing if it makes a new high here. Or actually, this would be, right? No, that made the high, so that would be. Yeah. We should expand above this wick. So above this wick, technically, based on my rules, I should be break-even stop. But I'll give it a little bit more here, see if it'll hit my take profit 1 first before I move it. Should hit it now. All right. So I'm going to break even stop it. It should hit that internal liquidity there. All right, risk-free trade now. Now we just target the highs. And we're guaranteed profit on the day, $45. ES is holding in Q, yeah. So now we got the break-even stop in. We got the protection of the VWAP. So we'll see if we hit our target up there at 62s. You got all this low resistance liquidity here. So I'll probably break even. I'll probably move my stop up once we hit that 60 swing there. So we'll see what happens. There you go, ATP. Just for you guys. Southside player. I'm happy with it. I mean, like I said, this is the trade I really should have been in to begin with. When I follow my rules and I know I take the high probability trades, then it's much easier to follow the rules then, right? When you take trades that you already know are lower probability, you can get shaken out a little easier. But we got the break-even stop in. Nothing to do here except watch her and see if she goes. We get back above the swing here at 54s. We should see some expansion there. I might front run this high by a tick or two. Yeah, I think I'll front run the high just by a tick. ES did approach the VWAP there, so that's kind of what we're dealing with right now on this resistance that we're getting. Gotta get the ES above the VWAP here. No. ES just rejecting there at the VWAP. I'm going to move this down to stone cold break even. I know that's, well, we'll cover the commission. I'm not quite sure, though, if that's actually break even. That might lose a little bit. That's okay if it does. We got $45 to play with. Gonna have to get the ES above that VWAP there to really kind of hit our target. So see if we can do it. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Can it do it? I mean, realistically, we want to see this gap hold, right? We kind of want to see this hold. I was just trying to make sure we didn't kind of put equal highs in there. We did not. So if it kind of closes below this gap, that might be our sign that this thing's just going to fail, but we'll see. We'll see if we can rip it. Can we rip it? Get the ES above the VWAP and just get going to the moon. No real buyers right here. The cool thing is that even though there's been a decent amount of sellers, we're not really pulling back all that much. So if the buyers come in, they should be able to push this thing pretty quick. Seeing a little green there now. All right, getting a little push. ES approaching the VWAP once again. See if we can get through there this time. See if we can get through there. Let's see. I think if we get back above this swing here, we should expand pretty quickly. Just got to get the ES above that VWAP. It might tap it a time or two more before it goes. We'll see here. Hit the VWAP again, kind of rejecting. Just got to get through there. Got to pop it above the 13s. VWAP at the 13s there on the ES. Got a sell signal there on the nebula. Don't love that. Couple of dead soul candles, though. Sellers popping in here. Again, the ES kind of pulling back. Got to get through the VWAP. Hate to keep saying it, but that's just the truth. Got to get through the VWAPs or we go down. So not a good look. We're closed below the gap there. Did we? Yeah, we closed below. So probably going to be a stop out. We took out this liquidity. So like, you know, if you're looking for, this would actually be a short setup for me, really. Got relatively equal lows down here. So I don't love it. I think we get stopped here. But I'm not going to move it. Not going to take it. Maybe it's just a liquidity grab and then we push back up. This might be a singular on the 2 minute. Let's see. No, it's not. So let's see. We got to hold the VWAP here. Otherwise, we're just going to be stopped. If we close back above the gap, that would be a great sign. I mean, we're not delivering from any sort of gap. I guess we are, actually. Didn't even notice that. You have a 1 minute right there. Got a 1 minute. Apex yet to approve not my first time. Did you have any issues? I never got a payout from Apex, but I've heard people saying it taking 7 or 8 days, David, to get your payout approved. So I don't know how long it's been. I think you said that you did it on the 1st or 2nd. So I'd imagine tomorrow or the next day you should get approval. I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, as long as you're not doing anything you're not supposed to be doing, like you're not crazy on the consistency rule or something, you should be just fine. I know it. I know when you request those payouts, I know how it is, David. I know exactly what you're going through. Where you're like, man, why haven't they approved it yet? But the reality is they're just a little slow. Just a little slow. 3 accounts. Yeah. I think you'll be just fine, but you know how it is. Yeah, payments are right on time, Salty. You're right. 10th. Oh, you did the monthly. That would be nice to get the payout before the billing, right? Looking like we're probably going to get stopped here, guys. We got a sell signal here. Nice bright green candle here on the Nebula. Not a good look here for our long. We did take internal liquidity. We're delivering from a fair value gap there, but anything can happen. So we'll just wait and see. Stops in. We can't lose. So we can't lose. We're at least going to go home with $45, I believe. Yeah. Exactly, Salty. I wouldn't trade him either. Which kind of sucks because, like, I think David mentioned this yesterday. Is like, if he doesn't trade him, then he's not going to qualify for the next payout in this cycle. Which kind of sucks that it takes that long for the approval. Because once they approve it, even if you blow the account, you still get the funds, right? Isn't that how it works? But if you trade it before the approval comes in and you blow it, you don't get the funds. That's probably why it takes them that long to approve it. They're hoping. David, please trade those accounts and blow them so we don't have to pay you. Yeah, I don't like the look of this long now because this technically is a short setup for me. We delivered from a fair value gap. We inversed the 1 minute. I mean, I would be targeting my right here, this internal liquidity for my stop on this short if I were short. So I don't like the look of it. It could still fail and go up, but this meets all my parameters for an actual short. Like I said, if we close back above this gap, then I would like that, but we'll see what happens. For confidence on the long, we need to close above here. Close above 50. Otherwise, I think we get stopped. So, they should get the approval to you, David. Hopefully. I mean, I haven't heard anybody having any issues. So, I think you'll be fine. You already blown 9 accounts over the threshold in the past? Yeah, don't do it again. Do not do it. As soon as you get that account over the threshold, you take that payout. I fully believe in that. I'd rather lose the account with only $500 in drawdown than lose an account that I could have taken a payout on. You feel so much better about it after you've taken $2,000 payout on an account that you paid $150 for, whatever. But it does kind of suck, like, how they do that. I think once you request payout, that's what they should do. That should be the rule, right? You requested payout, you should be able to go ahead and trade the account, and if you blow it after requesting the payout, you still get paid. Not once it's approved. That way you could just trade it with no risk, but it's not the way they do it. And it really wouldn't be that hard to do, but it's just a little quirks you have to deal with the prop firms, right? Just how things go. So ES looking like it wants to revisit the lows here. Nasdaq looking a little stronger. ES kind of holding us down. I'm expecting like a lightsaber any second to take out our stop. That's what we're expecting. Maybe not. Trust me, guys, I would have already moved this up a bit. If I had another contract to scale, I probably would have taken some at this internal, scaled a little more off, or I probably would have locked in 5 already. But we're holding strong for the target. Trying our best anyway. Trying our best. When you see that $200 on your P&L, you're like, oh, I could just take $200 here. But I agree with you guys. Like, you are absolutely right. When you miss out on, let's say, a 50-point move like I did yesterday, and I took 18 points. I missed out on a 58-point move. I took 18. When there's no reason, I could have just put my runner at break even, and it's either going to break even me or it's giving me 58 points, right? It makes a lot more sense because eventually you're just going to get the 58 points, right? Instead of taking short profits. So that needs to be the mentality. The runner is just what it is. The runner's just a runner. You already took your first profits at your first target. And if you only get 7.5 points, that's just what you get, right? The point of a runner is to hit the target. So if you don't let it run, it's not a runner. So I got to start doing that. I like that bounce there. We could have closed above. That would have been nice. It's the only way I'm going to catch those big moves is if I learn to. Let the runners run. I'm surprised my dog didn't come in here this morning. He's still in the living room asleep. He usually comes in here when I trade in the mornings. Today he said, no, I'm chilling. Let's see, if I would have moved my stop, we would have been stopped out there. Would like to see this close above here. If this closes above, this can be a good sign. Trying to get back above the HEMA line there on the nebula, bounce out the top here. Let's see if we can do it. Didn't quite close above, but maybe we can get some momentum above this wick and push through. Man, normally I end the stream already, but we're in a trade, so. We're in the trade, so we got to hodl. Let's kind of look to the left here. Is there anything besides this gap holding us down? I mean, not really. Dirty girl. This thing might want to visit the lows again. We'll see. We can take this gap off now. It's irrelevant. ES just unable to get above, get going here. If you can just get the ES to start pushing here, we can go. It's just dragging us down. Just dragging us down. Just dragging a heavy leg behind it. Just not going anywhere. Got to get going. Anybody else long duck dong right now? I'm seeing this looks decent here. I think if we can just start to run here. We see any sellers come in here, though, it's just going to be the death. But looked like the buyers were about to pop in, but then it said negative. You guys are probably long duck dong from down here, huh? You really would expect this thing to have gone already, in my opinion. It is kind of just generating a lot of low resistance liquidity here, too. So if we can get some energy here, it can go. ES did just put in a higher low there, so maybe we go. Yeah, equal highs at the 13 as well, right there at the VWAP on the ES. 4 equal highs. ES seemed to leave a lot of equal highs and equal lows. You guys notice that? More so than the Nasdaq. A lot more. Just kind of chopping around here. This is one of those situations where, like, if you're already in a trade, it's fine, but this could eat you up if you're not, if you're like trying to trade in this area. It's kind of like that 11 to 1, 11, basically lunchtime, 11 to 1, where I give back a lot of my profits during the day when I'm streaming. I know I should have just not even take trades during that time, really. That should be a rule we implement. 11 to 1, no trades. Unless it's like A+. But can it really be A+ if it's outside the, the kill zone there? Probably not. Just keep getting rejected at the top of this gap here. I think if we close above, we go. I mean, just outside of Athens, Georgia, J-Money. Northeast Georgia is currently 4:38 a.m. Where are you located, Jay? Don't love the rejection candle there. Same time zone. Oh, here comes the death. Palm Beach. Nice. Nice. I'll be in Florida this weekend. Headed to Jacksonville. Headed to Jacksonville for a little weekend getaway. Just a little weekend getaway with the fam. Yeah, it is. We looked at the weather. It should be 75. So we're not going to plan on getting in the water or anything. We're staying in a hotel with indoor pools. The kids can do that if they want. But probably won't be getting in the water at the beach. Just playtime. They can go and at least play. I don't get in the water anyway, usually, unless the young kids are there. So we have a 10-month-old, so he's already been to the beach once, or twice. So he'll play. Yeah, during the day, I don't think it'll be too bad, but 75 is probably still a little too chilly. I mean, I guess you could get in the water, but, probably a little too chilly. Yeah, that's true too, Dave. Max win limit. I do actually kind of do that on my funded accounts. I take one trade. If it's a winner, we lock it down. If it's a loser, we lock it down. On the evals, I do kind of sling those around a little more. As you probably experience yourself, and I don't know, I was talking to my cousin about this yesterday. Maybe like if I'm to a point, if it's outside the time I want to trade and I don't want to take any more trades on any accounts, just openly switch to a practice account and still trade it like it's a regular account. Or, that's the only other option I can really think of. So that could be an option. But, we're trying to work on it. It's a work in progress. The funny thing is, I did watch one of my streams the other day from like 6 months ago, and I did not like any of the trades I took. But so I do feel like we're improving a little bit each day, but there's always going to be things I can work on. And the mentality of it is one of the harder parts, holding the trades. That's why I was doing the scalping. That's why I was like doing that high frequency scalping, because there's no mental, if you're high frequency scalping, it's either going to hit your stop or you take profit very quickly. So there's no thought, there's nothing to think about, right? You just take the setup, it hits it or it doesn't, and you move on. So, but yeah, trying to do my best to work on it. It's all we can do. And I'll get there. It's just one of those things. Trust me, I would have already moved my stop on this trade. I would probably already taken profit, but my chat's giving me a hard time about it. So, don't do it. So I'm like, no, I ain't doing it. All right, we'll hold for the target. So, trying our best. What's everybody doing up early over here? Dave, aren't you on the East Coast? Where are you at? I think Dave's on the East Coast, aren't you? Not sure. I guess in California, what is it, like 1:43 a.m.? ES reapproaching the VWAP once again. Can she do it? All right, ES popped the VWAP there. Took out those equal highs. Let's see if it can make it stick here. Can she make it stick? $143, Paul. You're in Cali too. So it's either late or early for you. I don't know which. One or the other, right? Late. That means you ain't been asleep. All right, so above this swing here, I want to see some expansion. I want to see some expansion above this swing. Let's close above this small fair value gap here. And let's get some expansion above that swing. ES has to make it stick above the VWAP here. You took tomorrow off for a doctor's appointment so you can sleep late. Yeah. Nothing wrong with sleeping late. I have to be up at 6:45 to take my kids to school. And then, probably we'll come back home and nap for another hour before we trade in New York. Probably. So ES popped above the VWAP there, took out that liquidity, didn't really make it stick. He was actually in the bed when you saw you were on. So thanks, Paul. Appreciate you watching. I got a kink in my neck. I like to sleep on my side too, so like when you got a kink in your neck, it's not a good thing. It doesn't keep it doesn't let it go away too easily there. Well, I was hoping that we'd get above that swing there, but it just didn't happen right there. If this thing makes me hold this long and then just hits my break-even stop, that'd be a travesty. So we entered this trade at 4:03. We've already been holding it for 43 minutes. If it takes too much longer, you guys might be watching it on your own. Be like, I'll be in the bed. Let me know when it's done in the stream. President's week off soon. You're going to your chiropractor the other day. Nice. I can't do the chiropractor, Paul. I know a lot of people believe in chiropractors and they like them. I just can't do it. I'm one of those people like I don't pop. I don't pop and crack very easy. So I feel like a chiropractor probably would. It probably wouldn't, but I feel like it would hurt me. I've also never been to one, so there you go. You see those videos where it's like crack. I'm like, ooh. I know some people love the sound of it, but I'm like cringe. That sounds like it hurts. My girlfriend sometimes will get in there and like press me real hard and it'll pop. So, you got one who doesn't pop and crack. That's the thing. Like, that's the only thing about some chiropractors is, from what I understand, you don't even have to go to medical school or anything. I know some people do, but you don't have to. At least here in Georgia, anybody could be a chiropractor. I could literally just get a business license and be like, all right, I'm a chiropractor. Now, obviously, I know there are ones out there that go to school for it and stuff like that. And those are probably good ones, but I wouldn't want somebody off the street doing it to me. One of my ex-girlfriend's dad is a chiropractor, and he didn't go to school for it in any way or anything. He had 2 offices, and he just opened them up, just like, I think I'll be a chiropractor. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen this music video that I'm watching. This is interesting. Huh. This group is called 4 Non-Blondes. There was a gang on The Simpsons with the bar on. It was also a brain doctor. Yesterday, you saw a guy in Houston operating as an unlicensed chiropractor. I'm telling you, F, it's so, man, people don't pay attention to that. It's so common. I'm telling you, like, especially here in Georgia, you have to really look it up. You have to do your research and make sure they are. You don't have, like, there's some states where you don't have to be licensed, and it's perfectly legal. But I went to, I used to install cable. And I went to this lady's house, and she was paralyzed from the waist down. You just conversation. You're like, hey, what happened? She went to a chiropractor, and he broke her back, and it paralyzed her from the waist down. He wasn't licensed, but she signed a waiver. Obviously, when you go to the chiropractor, you sign a waiver, and so she had no legal ramifications. She couldn't sue him or anything. She was just paralyzed. Permanently paralyzed. Well, like I said, I've never been to one, so I've never had a good or a bad experience, but I know some people. I have a really good friend who goes to them all the time, and he swears by a chiropractor. He says they're awesome. And then you have, other people like that who have had bad experiences. So, like with anything, it goes both ways, I guess. Just got to make sure you have a good one. So, is there an evaluation needed to pass for Topstep funded account like APEX? Yes, Ahmed. So basically, you'll get an evaluation account. you'll have a $3,000 profit, $2,000 in drawdown. So once you hit $3,000 in profit over a 2-day period, you have to keep the consistency rule at 50%. So you can't make the whole 3K in one day, but once you get it, you'll be funded. California is the opposite. Yeah, I would imagine. Georgia has very relaxed laws when it comes to chiropractor. You need a license to go to the bathroom. Yeah, that makes sense. We don't even have emissions in the county I live in, if that tells you anything. You don't have any emissions or anything. Check engine light, no big deal. Just drive it. Oh yeah, no problem, Ahmed. I try to reply to everybody. I might miss occasionally, but not too much. All right, this trade is putting me through some stuff here. Probably for it just to stop me out break even. Just kidding. It's going to hit my target, 62.25. You always got to have positivity, right? It's going to hit the target. This is the only thing. I don't quite understand how Quantimer does this. So is this my break-even stop? Because I entered here, and then I scaled in here. So I'm assuming it took this off as one trade, and then this is just a second trade of its own since I covered this contract, right? I don't think that would be my break-even. I would assume. They do it a little. I don't know if it's a weird or not. You would think that they would just put your average entry, right, of the two. But I guess they count them as two separate trades because that's what they are. I don't know. Just trying to figure that out. Yeah, I guess that's true because this is the open P&L for this contract. So it just pulled it back once. All right. First in, first out, man, Moxie. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So the profit from here to here instead of profit from here to here is the closed. I got you. Man, Moxie, what are you doing awake? What are you doing awake at 5 a.m.? Same thing as me. Pressing the button. Want to know your thoughts about the madness if I long Apex account and short Topstep to win one? As long as you're okay with the cost of that, Ahmed, seems reasonable. I mean, if I'm being completely honest with you, Ahmed, you don't have to do it on two brokers. You can do that exact same thing on Apex with two accounts if you wanted to. They don't really care. The thing is like, what do you gain from it, right? If you're an experienced trader and you gain the funded account, you're okay with the cost of it, and you think you can get the payout, that's fine. But all it does is gain you the funded account. It's not going to help you get to payout. So, Mad Moxie, try not to press the buttons. So, I'm a avid believer in the faster you get through the eval, the better. But again, it just depends on your experience level. If you think you can get to payout, you have enough experience to get to payout, then it's fine to do that. If not, it doesn't really make any sense to do it at that point. You're probably just blowing money. And of course, nothing's 100%, but what is this thing doing? I mean, we might be dead tomorrow. All right, I'm giving this thing till 5:30. And if it doesn't hit one or the other by 5:30, I'm going to close this position. That's 34 more minutes 33. I think at 5 we should. Maybe we get a little movement in one direction or the other. Well, I say tomorrow, but it's later today. We are generating a lot of trend line liquidity here. I mean, we should just be able to run right through that. Let's just see. Just chopping. She's a chopper. Got this nice little idiot box going on here. Hotel owners look the other way at working girls staying there as long as they don't have no. Yeah, I mean, that's in Georgia too. There's a couple of hotels here that I would never stay at. They're basically extended stay places where people just live. But yeah, that same thing here. I drove for like Uber and Lyft for a while, and so you'd go in a lot of areas. You're like, you know, you pick people up and you're like, I don't know. So that's why I always had a camera and stuff. I didn't love doing that, but sometimes you got to make extra cash. I don't do it anymore, but sometimes you needed extra cash, and, you know, if you don't have income, you have to do what you got to do if that's your income. I was actually out on workers' comp, and if anybody knows anything about workers' comp, you don't get paid. You don't get paid your normal wage. Here in Georgia, it's like $700 a week or something like that, I think. That's what it was. And nowhere near my normal wage, so I had to supplement. I had to find a way to supplement. And driving the car is about what you know, was all I could do, so. Well, coming up on the top of the hour here. 10 seconds. Let's see if it does anything. Let's see if it takes us to our target. Oh, got a little pump. A little more pump. Little volume trying to pop in there. Not much. Okay. All right. I like it. Give me some more. Give us more. Take us higher. I mean, I think if we can get above those two swings there, just to the left, maybe we can go. We just ran this trend line liquidity that we just generated. If we can kind of get above this swing here, we probably can go, but ES is going to have to pop above the VWAP and make it stick there in order for that to happen. Can she go? Can she go? The Nasdaq is, in fact, female, if you guys didn't know that. At least I call her a girl. I don't know. I don't know what you guys call it. Oh, goodness. Well, that push up there didn't last very long. Did not last long at all. I mean, Nasdaq's basing above the VWAP here pretty strong. You know, at least holding this area. ES is just below the VWAP, just unable to go. Unable to go. There's not much you can do. Not much you can do. All right, guys. I'm moving my target down. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If we hit this swing here, I'm taking it off. So target or swing, or target or stop. Feels bad, but I'm ready to go to sleep. It's late for this stream, trust me. Doesn't look like it's going to matter that I moved the target down there. Still holding the VWAP here. And it's probably just going to be a death. She did all that to me just to stop me break even. All right. There you guys have it. I tried to do better at managing that one. It didn't pay off in the end, but at the same time, it helps, right? At least we know we managed it correctly. So it's going to do it for me, guys. I'll be back at 9:15, maybe 9 o'clock today. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. If you are interested in trading futures, all the links down below. Topstep, APEX, Bulenox, Take Profit Trader, My Funded Futures. Link to the Discord down below as well. $10 a month for the Discord. We will be streaming live from the Discord only on Friday, so just keep that in mind. And we'll see you guys live 9 o'clock this morning. So thank you guys for watching. See you next time.